So this is me basically doing the installation of some 402 LEDs into one of my Amfleets. In this video, I'm just going to point out some of the steps or the main steps that I did to get this completed. It isn't super hard or anything like that, but I did have a few people ask me to make a video in my Facebook modeling group, so I thought I'd share it everywhere. Right now I'm taking off the windows. I decided not to put a lighting unit in this one. I don't do them to all, and I think it just turns out cleaner. So yeah, on the ends, I want to put the windows to the doors back on, and I kind of noticed that messing around with the one that I did prior. So like I said, I'm taking the windows out of the red piece and I'm going to put them back in. I thought that I was going to make the marker light holes a bit bigger like I did on the last. I realized that was a mistake, and it just looks much more realistic if you keep the holes as they are. The LEDs are bright enough, but I wasn't sure how bright they would be. I tested them out, but I still wasn't sure. I still need to have them placed, and so my first thought were to use alligator clips. I realized that the wires are too small and that doesn't work out. So I went through I tried it out a few times, but I realized the best thing to do is somewhat just hold it where you want it to be. And I'm using some Gorilla Glue in this case. I just put on some Gorilla Glue and kind of just held it until it somewhat glued, and I knew that it wouldn't move. Did the same for the other side. I let it glue for a while, but I let it set for a while, but I'm adding more glue just to make sure that it stays in place as I do soldering and assembly. And I didn't test these LEDs out beforehand, so I wanted to make sure I didn't break anything. So now it's time to take the doors off. I realized that from the last install I needed to remove some plastic, so that's what I started to do now. Realized I have to move some more, and I don't mind how much I move because I have the windows are going to be blackened anyway, so you won't be able to see through them. I'm about to cut off some of those seats, and that's where I'm going to solder the LEDs into the strips. So I'm going to pop these out and form them, so kind of make an L shape. Now it's time to solder the LEDs. Now it's time to put everything together, and it didn't go together as quickly as I thought. I had to remove some more plastic from the windows. Eventually everything went together. I also want to mention, I didn't show it in this video, when I initially started testing, I was having conductivity issues. And so what I did, this is the first time I had to do it, but I took the brass strips from another Amfleet that I'm not going to light up or anything, and I just extended it. I pretty much made sure that both wheel sets made contact, pretty much, because I thought just having it on one of the wheels, it wasn't lighting up right away. Didn't have that issue on the other two that I did, which was an Amfleet and a superliner. So I'll watch out for that when I do the next superliner. Those seem to go a bit more easy. The consequence of that is that, well, one, I also kind of taped it down, the strips, just to I can hopefully get some consistent lighting, but that kind of adds friction to the wheel set. I mean, my engines, it was still running fine, but thought I'd mention that. That's if you don't like that, if your lights come out in a minted manner. If you just want to see more consistency, I think that's just one of the things you could do. Just make sure that your LEDs are contacted with both wheel sets. So this is after final assembly and before I added the additional brass strips. Right now, this is after putting the additional brass strips in to see how things were not working, and just having it run around right now, and they look fine to me. I didn't increase the marker light diameter, which makes them look even better. Unfortunately, I have 3 that I did that to already, but there you go.